sneeze.
Go for it. Enjoy it. Did you enjoy it? Good.
Thank you. Did you suffer it?
No.
Excellent.
Hello.
Hello.
We are two travelling bards. My name is Natalie Grace.
And I am Steve Grace.
Steve full of grace.
No, I'm Steve.
We are two bards, two musicians in our band Nastee Chapel, and today we're gonna have a natter with you about our nomination, our winner of our Bard Awards.
The first ever Bard Award we're doing.
Bard!
Bard!
Beautiful.
Do that again, please.
Bard! Oh.
3, 4. Bard Awards.
We'll work on that. Yeah. But not now.
Not now, it's
Not
fine.
now. So, what is a bard? Now, over centuries, the term bard has come to just mean an entertainer, somebody who plays music in a tavern or comes along on your D&D campaign. But originally, the term bard comes from ancient Britain and Ireland and the Druid culture. So at this time, bards were people who were taken on a certain path of teaching and training to gain wisdom and insight, and then these bards would share those wisdom teachings with their community through song, stories, and poetry. So the role of the bard was to use their arts not just for entertainment, but to uplift and inspire society in general.
Yo, yo.
That's what the bard is for. So, Bard Awards are just us having a little bit of fun to share with you some songs, maybe more, maybe we'll do more than just songs. Share some performers with you who really inspire us, and we will share our own rendition of said song or poem, which we did last week for this person. What's the song?
The song is Dust in a Baggie by the wonderful Billy Strings.
Mr. Billy Strings.
Mr. Billy Strings, what a legend. So the reason why we're dubbing Billy Strings the honorary bard is because he wrote an epic song called Dust in a Baggie, where he alchemized a really tough time in his life into a really joyful song. And anyone who listens to it, it's obvious to them, isn't it, that it's a very joyful song. Now, why we're saying honorary bard is because literally watching interviews of Billy Strings and that, he's not necessarily thinking like that, you know, like, oh my God, I've got to alchemize this to help people heal through their trauma and things. He wrote a song to honor a friend, which we'll get into in a moment. But as a result of that, so many other people have also gotten so much joy through this song, which is basically the highest level of life, when you've got joy and love throbbing within you. That's what's the problem then? If you live like that, no problem. Now, that's why we're saying honorary bard, because he's done the bard's work through his song.
Yeah.
Dust in the Baggie. Nice. Go listen to it, it's epic. So there's the video, that's sort of the most famous video of Dust in the Baggie is this basement video where Billy Strings is playing it at a party. And in the video there's a person called Barefoot Ben, they call him, and you can see him there in the background, or they call him just Hippie or Hippie Ben or whatever. And in honor of him, we got our bare feet out today, in a way.
We do like a barefoot. We're usually barefoot.
You know, we're normally barefoot, but today, just especially. And Billy Strings cites Ben in that video for making that video so famous. The video's got like 27 million views, but that's just because he's a wonderful, humble man. It's also because the performance is absolute fire, and it's amazing because it's just captured on a phone, you know, a phone video of this snapshot at a party where they're in the basement looking for some solitude and quiet so they can play some tunes, and this video's got 27 million views because it's fire.
Nice.
Go check it.
So you did a bit of looking into this, didn't you? I don't know much of the story behind the song. Like, maybe was it about his dad or something who had a problem with drugs? So basically, he wrote the song about a friend of his dad. He says an uncle, but it might be like loose, you know, like how people call uncle is someone a bit prominent figure in his life, a close person,
who was called Brad Lasko. And Brad Lasko owned a campsite called Barker's Campsite in Michigan, if I remember correctly. I'm just, you know.
Maybe Michigan.
And Billy Strings talks about how wonderful it was. This is how he grew up. They sat around the campfire at this campsite and they played music, played guitar. And his dad, stepdad, I believe, was really, he taught him guitar and bluegrass picking and all this stuff. And Brad Lasko was a banjo player, and he was, I think, maybe his first sort of banjo player he played with. And basically, so he said when he was younger, it was wonderful, wonderful times. But by the age he became about 10, methamphetamine came into the camp somehow, and people were taking it. And he said that like just messed up everything, because he said like for 2 hours or something you are having a good time and you've got all this energy and stuff, but then on the come down you just realize all the problems that you have. And it literally says it in the very first line of the song, I ain't slept for 7 days, haven't eaten 3. So, you know, when you come off that high and the body goes, damn, I haven't slept for 7 days and I haven't eaten 3, that's not a good time, is it?
Yeah. Nobody's having a good time.
Pretty terrible time.
Yeah.
Now, so he basically, Brad Lasko went to prison for having methamphetamine on him. And he went to prison for 5 years, apparently. This is just stuff I've gained from the limited resources I could pull on, which is literally just YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And listen to Billy String speaking. And
we'll put some links.
Yeah,
in the description so you can go and hear it yourself.
So he went to prison for 5 years, the first time apparently. Then he came out of prison, they met up again and things, and he got caught one day with a baggie on him with literally just dust, like almost nothing in it. And probably because he was a previous time offender, he went to prison again. And he was on and off, you know, with problems and stuff, that addiction and things. And I think he died in 2022. And that's when Billy String sort of said on an interview with Theo Von.
Oh yeah.
That this song is actually about Brad Lasko, and it for sure is like a tribute to him as well, because it's a banger.
It's a banging song.
It's a bloody banger. And he wrote another song. This is just another thing. You can see all of this in the Theo Von interview, but he also wrote another song, "Meet Me at the Creek," because he said during the time when the camp sort of got hooked on methamphetamine a little bit, they went down to the creek. There was a creek down there, like a little river, and they found nuggets of gold. And because they were high on methamphetamine, they just had the ultimate focus, just look for gold.
Digging for gold.
Yeah, so there's two songs tributing a tribute to Brad Lasko. So you can see it's not shying away from the darkness of the situation, but also honoring the man who truly inspired him musically, and who had this campsite where they could make so many wonderful memories together and stuff. And then one super poignant thing that Billy String says is that now that he's sort of gone through it, he doesn't want that lifestyle whatsoever anymore. He partied a lot and did a lot of things, but now he feels like he got it out of his system.
Yeah.
And in that way, it's also honorary bard, because this is the whole point of a bard. A bard is like, yo, I've got to go and stand wherever, on a big stage, on a small stage, with these people, with those people, and I've got to be able to tell it to them like they need to hear it. And it might be a scary situation, but I can't be scared. Now, if you've got all this stuff floating around in your system that can trigger you, or that can make you malfunction or make you tired, or then you can go into an uncertain situation and a lot of drama can happen. But if you've honed yourself in such a way where you're like, okay, I can see the drama, but I'm not going to become the drama. I can see the problems, but I'm going to be a solution. I'm not going to be a problem. Now you can play whatever song you need to play, and sort of de-escalate the situation if it needs de-escalating, or bloody escalate the situation if it needs escalating. If we need energy, like, come on, people. And Billy Strings used to go to his concerts, and that's what he does for people, isn't it? He plays music and energizes the crap out of them.
Very much.
So, yep.
Very much.
Thank you, Billy Strings. What a legend.
I think we started listening to Billy Strings around 2019-ish. Does that sound right? Or
Yeah. He grabbed him by the face.
Because we were really into metal music. That's how we it is how we met, is how we bonded with each other.
City University Rock Society.
Yeah.
Ran by our beautiful friend Luke.
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah, and then we started playing acoustic music together around 2018, 2019, when we'd sort of moved out of London slightly, so out of the city and a bit more into the countryside. And we were just feeling a bit more of the acoustic folky vibe.
We were literally living in that 16th century cottage.
Yeah, pulled it out of us.
And the sort of spirit of the house, it was like a thatch roof house. Ceilings was super low. You could it's really old. What 16th century is? 1500. Yo, so 500 years old house. So somehow that it just turned into acoustic music and more sort of nature based.
Yeah, I'd started writing songs again. I wrote poetry a lot. I started writing songs for another band we were in, and then I started writing like acoustic songs, and I wanted Steve to play with me, and I set about on a little bit of a mission to get you playing more acoustic guitar. And I remember I showed you Johnny Cash because he's a legend, because of the songwriting, and you were into it. I think you maybe saw a different light of him than you knew just of like the popular songs. I was only
into like really complex music, and it wasn't complex enough.
Because when we say metal and rock, a lot of it was like tech. Metal, like progressive.
How many notes and how complicated can it be?
And so it was Johnny Cash. Then I think it was Townes Van Zandt. Which was because then you were like, oh, okay, there's some cool guitaring here. But then with Billy Strings, that was like, oh my god, this is collided, because he is a metalhead. He absolutely shreds, but he's so bluegrass. He's so like, you can't say the man is not like traditional bluegrass kind of style. He very much shares that.
That's his roots. That's what they did around the campfire. They picked bluegrass songs. Then he's in his own life. The first band he started was a metal band, and he wanted to be really heavy and shred and do all this kind of stuff.
And you hear that, especially if you know that kind of music, and then you listen to Billy Strings, you can hear that influence, and that was really cool. That was something we really
That's where I was just like, yo, I gotta. There's that song. Tinfoil and Turmoil? Turmoil and Tinfoil? Oh.
Tinfoil and Turmoil.
Yeah. It's also his first album, I believe. And he, that song especially, was like, oh my god, I could hear the sort of metal influence of it. And I immediately set out to learn that. And it was like an upward climb suddenly, because I was used to shredding on electric guitars. And then seeing people shred on acoustic guitars, I'm like, yo, this is a next level of physicality. It's so... because the acoustic guitar doesn't lie.
Yeah. There's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to hide because it's just acoustic. There's no,
Yeah.
you can't put distortion and it compresses the sound and sort of evens it out. If you're not picking hard enough, then it's going to be quiet.
Yeah.
And if you pick one note harder than the other, then that note's going to be really loud and the other's going to be so... This is where, to Billy Strings, I was just like, yo, this guy
Yeah.
knows.
So you can go and listen to our cover of Dust in a Baggie by Billy Strings. It is on this channel, Two Travelling Bards. There's 2 songs of ours, 2 original Nastee Chapel songs of ours that have popped into my head as we've been having this conversation. That have definitely been inspired by similar things and by people like Billy Strings. The first one is Codeine, because Codeine, I wrote the lyrics about that, about dealing with endometriosis and being prescribed the very intense prescription opioid painkiller, Codeine. And so the lyrics are pretty heavy. There's a lot of like frustration and pain in there. But the music became this really quite upbeat, dancey, would you call it bluegrass? It's definitely bluegrass inspired.
Yeah, the boom chuck rhythm. We have drums, and like bluegrass purists would say, there's no drums or anything. So, but that's the thing. We're not
trying to be pure in everything here.
We're not calling ourselves bluegrass.
That's why our band is called
bluegrass inspired.
That's why our band is called Nastee Chapel. It's not about purity.
Yeah.
Let's get dirty with it. Do you know that's what nasty means? That's where the word nasty comes from.
Oh, dirty.
It's the meaning dirty, So, you could go and listen to Nastee Chapel, Codeine. You could also go and listen to Here We Go Again by Nastee Chapel.
Which that was directly inspired by Turmoil and Tinfoil.
Yeah.
And So Some of It Down at the time.
Yeah.
It's like Billy Strings and So Some of It Down and this little, kind of, whether you hear that or not, that kind of met, and then there's also that English folk bit in it as well. So it's just like,
and it's about the environment. It's about the destruction of the environment. So again, heavy topic, but So those are 2 of our original songs you can go and have a listen to. You can hear all of our original music and arrangements of folk songs if you go and find us at Nastee Chapel, Nastee with 2 E's. We are all over the place, nasteechapel.com. We are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of those things. So do please go and have a look at our music. And do remember to subscribe here on our YouTube channel, Two Travelling Bards, and also find us on Instagram and TikTok as two.travelling.bards. This is the place where we have a little bit more freedom to talk to you about whatever it is that we like. Most of the time is music and
where we go on tangents.
We can go on all the tangents we like over
and
here.
Truly, it is showing the many faces that make up Nastee Chapel.
All right. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Billy Strings. Honorary Bard, we dub thee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do a mic drop there?
I did. Yeah, that was my mic drop.
Mic drop.
Tiny mic drop.
Codeine, my dream, silent friend I need.